going to start a new segment, a new type of segment. Welcome to the first of the Dream Reader. You might ask, what's the Dream Reader? What are you talking about, Coach Renz? Well, one of the, I'm going to call it secret talents that I've reluctantly have not displayed on YouTube or Facebook or any other platform is my ability to read dreams, read other people's dreams, read my dreams. So tonight, I'm going to take about 5 minutes. I'm going to tell you about one of my most recent dreams. Now, if you're not keeping a dream journal, you should keep a dream journal. The reason why is because as much detail as you can put at that moment that you wake up, as much information as you can get at the moment you wake up concerning the dream, what the colors were, where you were, what the smells were. Be able to recognize all 6 senses, all your smells, all your touch, everything you see, everything you hear, whatever you feel, in order to know truly what the dream is talking about. What is it trying to inform you about? What is it warning you about? In order to truly know the dream, truly understand the dream, and be able to get the symbolism and what it may mean to you. Because you can have a symbol, someone else has a symbol, it could be the same symbol, but mean 2 different things. Like for instance, many people may have a dream that deals with a serpent, a snake. For some, it will represent wisdom. For others, it will represent poison. For others, it may represent something that sneaks in. For something that slithers. For others, something that's smooth. For some, it's nurturing. It's the nurturing of a serpent, or it is the going forwardness of a serpent. So it can have so many things based on the individual, based on you, based on your mindset, your thinking, your life, your experiences. So when you deal with someone who's a dream reader like myself, and you do a private consultation with a person like myself, what you have to recognize is that if you're not forthwith with some of the information concerning who you are, the understanding of your life, the understanding of your mind, your concepts, your precepts, then the dream can go in so many different variations, so many different ways. But I'm going to start you guys off with a dream of mine, a dream that I had recently, very recently, like 3 days ago, one of my dreams. And I've been evaluating this dream over the last couple of days, really digging deep into the symbolisms of everything. Now, I'm not going to give you the full scope of the dream, but I'm going to give you some of the dream, all right? So in this dream, I find myself and my partner, we're in another country, right? And we're evaluating this country. We're moving into this country to do business in this country. So we're in a foreign country, and we are walking into this backyard, and it's a warm, it's hot, it's kind of about 80 degrees, nice breeze, but the terrain is not as bountiful with flora and fauna. It's kind of desolate, a little deserty. Maybe something in the area of Kenya or Rwanda, Ethiopia, one of those type environments. But we're in this country, and there's an Asian lady that we're talking to, and she's showing us her home, and we're looking to purchase her home. But things that we see here in America that's normal for a home were different. Now, the lady, she looked and appeared to be right around 60 years old, 70 years old. She was dressed very plain. She didn't appear to have a lot of money, but the house had a lot of great value, and the house was an older home. Her mother is there with her. Her mother was this divine, feminine wisdom, matriarch type person, but with a hint of dementia, but not the kind of dementia that makes a person not aware of their surroundings, but as if she was balancing between the 2 realms, as if she was understanding the law of correspondence, and she knew as above, so below. But she was vexed. The mother was very vexed. And she was vexed because she had built 3 Buddhist shrines on this property, and the backyard was huge. I mean, it was like an acre plus of land, and she was concerned that if I bought the property, I would tear down the Buddhist shrine. But then she was relieved to find out that I respected her shrines, that I would utilize the meditation the meditation spaces of her shrine. So the mother became relieved at that point that it was being passed on to someone who held a respect for her beliefs, regardless if they were mine or not. So understanding that when you're dealing with other people, that how I am is that I am a bridge for many people where they feel stress and anxiety, but I can bridge them from that stress and anxiety because of a healthy dose of respect for their concepts, their precepts. So the dream was demonstrating to me how this older woman was so concerned about tearing down the shrines. How you doing, white people? Why? Tearing down the shrine. But I refuse to tear down the shrine. As a matter of fact, the energy that had been put into these shrines that was on this property actually made me feel more comfortable gaining the property. Now, as we looked at the property, it had its differences. There was, and let me give you one of the things and why I call this the buying the weird house, purchasing the weird house for this video and reading the dream, in the dream reader. The house, which was an older style house. The house was built maybe 30 years prior. It had a big jacuzzi tub. I mean, a huge, like 9 people, almost bean-shaped jacuzzi tub in right off the den. Like it was in the house, right off the den, and there was, you know, it was like it was a room, but it had a big opening into the den. So there wasn't much separation. And I thought at first, like, you know, who I'm with is going to think the house is weird and not going to want it. But then they was like, no, this is great. This is amazing that the house has this, you know, right, this situation, because it opens up to the sunlight and it opens up to the setting sun. So it opens up in the west, and which will allow for a setting sun to be able to set a calmness at the end of the day, being surrounded by water within your home. So having someone in my corner who understands my weirdness, someone who understands my differences, who finds something that's strange from what you grew up with and finding a peace in it, finding a love in it, a benefit to it, not a stringent, I'm an American and this is how we do things in America, but even though we're in this foreign country, things have to be done as we do them in America. That there was a comfort, a feel good, a easy flow that goes with that. And because this weird this jacuzzi tub was right in the, connected to the den, but it was facing west as the sun set in the end of your day, the peacefulness of your day. And that for me, it represents that as I go forward in life, I have to have a peace in my day, a peace in the end of my day. That although I was there to do work, the peace at the end of my day had held value. That the plant life that was placed around the tub brought peace and energy. That it was a tub, so water and the nurturing of water was a part of this environment that has to be created for a place that I'm going to live in. So the dream demonstrated these things to me. So what does it all mean? What does that all mean? What lessons did I gain from it? What understanding have I perceived from it? Are there any warnings? Well, within the dream, there were no warnings other than surrounding myself with the right type of people that could walk in the same vision and then walk in the same energy that I walk in. That I was making a shift into being in a different environment that felt more comfortable for me. So that was it. What was another warning or a situation that you should be aware of in this dream, and for me, and that was the fact that when I come across a person who has a great affinity for something, and even though they may not be in the same mental state that we would say is normal, what we call normal, that person was existing in a mental state that was 1 foot in the spirit realm, 1 foot outside the spirit realm into our physical realm, but would gladly hand over the reins of the management of it, the usage of what she had created, this wise older woman had created, was comfortable. At first worried that it would be handed to the wrong person, but became comfortable with it being handed to the right type person who could respect what was created prior to, what was utilized prior to, what energies were developed prior to. So this dream taught me and showed me that there is a lot more into the dream, but I would have to dig into some details. It would also affect, because there were certain people in the dream that I would not want to put them out in front like this. So I look forward to sharing more and more of my dreams with you guys, and sharing the interpretation, the reading of these dreams. The reading dreams, as those who are close to me, those who have known me for a long time, those who are in my inner circle, they come to me and they know, and when they have certain dreams, asking for the reading of those dreams that I provide for them. So I want you guys to understand that, yes, this is something that, which was so interesting. 4 nights, the night prior to having this dream, I met a young lady at a business environment, and as we discussed business and we discussed YouTube business at that, one of the things she was saying, like, if you have the talent, you have the ability, you have the gift to read dreams. She said interpret, but I like the term read. To read dreams, then it's a talent you should demonstrate and utilize on YouTube. So that's inspired me to go ahead and create a situation where if you wanted to get a private session with me to read your dreams, you can go to coachrenz.com, go to the store, and we can set up a session for you to be able to have your dreams read. But as a precursor, when you have the dream, have a dream journal next to your bed. Before your feet hit the floor, write down as many details concerning the dream as possible. Write down the environment that you was in the day before as much as possible, so that when it's time for us to read your dream, when it's time for me to read your dream, then I have the proper information to get into the proper frequency that you're in. See, if your dream is in a 528 frequency, but I'm in a 969 frequency, well, we got to get in the right frequency to read the dream. Okay, so make sure you write down as much information as possible about your dream, so that we can, when I read the dream, when we have the session, you can gain as much wisdom or understand the warnings of the dream as much as we humanly, possibly, spiritually, possibly, energetically, possibly can, to move you forward into your greatness. Now, this is the end of this video, because I gotta go. This one's gonna be short. Got places to be, got a business meeting to get to. So y'all have a great day. Remember, you have to free yourself to be yourself, because your greatness is non-negotiable. Good journey, good vibration, dream well.